Hey guys, AniMind here, and I'm back at you with part 2 of my Steven Universe time video. And yeah, this will be the final part. So I finished the background and also the scythe of Death's painting. But yeah, so I just finished it in this image, in this speed paint. So yeah, please also send me feedback about what you think about Death's design and stuff like that, and please give me suggestions and what you think about how she looks. And also, by the way, her design itself also changes a bit from the last video, so if you didn't like something about the last video, it may be changed. So yeah, just before you comment, wait until the end of the video, because then you will see the final design. So yeah, last I ended off where I just talked about how Steven Universe started up my interest in animation and stuff like that. And in this episode, I think I'm going to be a little bit more specific to the series and less about what it meant to me, because in the last part I really concentrated a lot on that. So yeah, let's look at season 1 to 3. I know this is a bit of a big time span, but you'll understand in a moment. So season 1 to 3 was quite I wouldn't say unpopular, but unknown seasons to me, because this was before I started watching any animated series seriously. So, and also I started watching Steven Universe a little bit late, I think in mid-season 2. So while I was watching on cable, we still had cable in that time. Well, it's not that long ago, but yeah, and because I'm in South Africa, the cable was a little bit behind, so I still got season 1 content and stuff like that, so I was behind and stuff like that. Then I discovered the glories of YouTube, and I watched until season 4, mid-season 4. I believe it was when Peridot and Steven had that problem with the cluster, and it was quite anticlimactic at the end of it, because everyone thought it would be some kind of showdown because of all the build-up and stuff. But I still kind of enjoyed the nice and subtle way they ended off that season, because it was really a good way to lower the expectations for the next season, which would be like a really big season for Steven Universe, because I'm not sure if season 3 was the cluster and season 4 was when Lars and the other humans were abducted and stuff, but it's between season 3 and 4. But if you have watched this show, you probably know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so yeah, season 5 and 4, or just season 5, depending on what happened in these seasons, are really some of my favorite episodes, because these were the episodes that I waited for. I watched theory videos from the roundtable, as I said earlier in my last video, and stuff like that. So it was really when I started becoming a part of the fan base, and I really felt like I enjoyed the show. At the end of season 5, I only started watching other cartoons seriously. That was when I started watching Gravity Falls. I also started watching the newer cartoons of the generation, which I came in at the perfect time, because all of these old classic cartoons have now died out almost, and new cartoons are taking their place, which I think is quite elegant. And I really think that the quality has shifted to a much better standpoint, but we can still look back at those old classics like Regular Show, Adventure Time, Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, and still remember good times and see it as not unbearably bad quality. Because the thing about 2D animation is no matter what, it will always still look good. Because even those old animations from the early 90s from Disney with Mickey Mouse and Roger Rabbit, which I watched, are still really, they really look great. And if I was like a kid in the 21st century and that was all I'd watch, I have to admit I would enjoy it, because it really still is good quality, but it was just where there was less color and stuff. So 2D animation will always look good. It's just how studios get more time and 3D CGI gets more implemented with 2D graphics. Like I know Family Guy uses 3D CGI a lot into their 2D designs, which you can sometimes see clearly, but other times it's just seamless. So yeah, example of this is the Owl House, which I really love, mostly because it's so much more detailed than other programs. You can see Easter eggs in literally every corner. The only older show that comes close to this, I have to admit, was Gravity Falls, which also had all of these Easter eggs, these complex backgrounds and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to shame the other cartoons and stuff, because they still have great backgrounds. Just their style doesn't fit with complex backgrounds. Like Steven Universe always was a bit of a more simpler and calming scenery. And at some places, Steven Universe would also have much more modern aesthetics, especially when they went into space and the homeworld deck was shown. So yeah. So I'm not trying to put any shade on those shows. And there are the really old classics, and now I'm talking about the Amazing World of Gumball, Adventure Time, even Regular Show. They are like ancient shows almost, because they just like, I'll never forget those shows, I have to admit. I'll obviously never forget the other shows, but they're just so much more integrated into your life almost. You just always will remember those shows. So yeah, but anyway, let's get on to the rest of Steven Universe, now that I've rambled on for almost 3 or 5 minutes about other shows. But yeah, and then Steven Universe went to Steven Universe the movie, which I have to admit, some people said that it was quite anticlimactic, just like the rest of the like season 3 or 4. Once again, I'm not sure which one. But with Spinal not being what most people theorized about. And that actually, to a point, just shows how bad theorizing can be sometimes, because then you heighten your expectations so much that you just get let down. And yeah, I really enjoyed it personally, and it's a good movie. But yeah, and anyway, then there is Steven Universe Future. I really don't have much to say about the series, except for it was great. I really loved that they could have gotten an extension, and I feel it was a really nice and sweet ending to the series, and that Steven's problems they didn't feel pushed at all. It didn't feel like they tried to make a new kind of conflict just for the sake of more money and stuff like that, which some people might think. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Steven Universe. I hope you enjoyed this mini-series. Please comment down below which show you think I should talk about next. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, where I'll make my new channel art. So yeah, please check that out. Goodbye.